Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a hair tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how I normally curl my hair with a straightener or a flat iron. I've had a few people I know recently ask me if I could show them how I curl my hair or if I could do it for them. So I figured I would just make this video to give them something to come back to and hopefully they can learn how to do it themselves. So the only reason I actually use a straightener to curl my hair is because I've never actually owned a curler before. I have been considering getting a curler, but for the moment this works really well for me, so I think I'll be sticking to my straightener. So the technique I use works really well for my hair, and I've noticed that for people with thinner hair it may not hold as well, but it's all about trial and error, finding the right technique, finding the right products to use in your hair. It will be different for every hair type, but this is just personally what works best for me. So to start off, I have day-old hair. I washed it last night and it's still feeling pretty clean right now. Hair may hold curls better on second or third day hair, but since my hair holds curls really well in general, it doesn't really matter what day I curl my hair. So if you are someone that has hair that drops curls easily, I recommend trying this on second day hair, or perhaps even using dry hair shampoo to try and add texture into your washed hair. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I normally split my hair down the middle at the back. So I have two halves of my hair in the front. Now you could start curling your hair by sectioning it off and pinning up the sections you're not curling, but I like mine to be a little bit random, so I just go straight into it with all of my hair down. Normally I will start from the back, but for the sake of me showing you how to do it, I'm going to start with a front piece. So I'm going to take a piece of hair from the front. It can be as little or as how much as you want it to be. So the key to curling with a straightener is all about the direction you twist it in. So I will try my best to explain how I do it. It can be a little bit confusing, but hopefully you will get the hang of it by seeing me do it. So first I grab my straightener and I hold it so the tongs are facing the hair, but I make sure that my thumb is on top, and that is the most important part in how I curl my hair, because when you clamp it and twist it, it's going to be so much easier for you to twist it when your wrist is in the right position. So for example, if I was to clamp it like this and twist it towards me, it's a little bit hard to get that range of motion with your wrists. So what I like to do is I like to have my thumb on top and twist it towards me, and the same goes for the other side. It's just a different angle. So when you're going across your body, you want to make sure your thumb is on top. You're going to clamp it close to the head, twist it towards you and pull down slowly. And I like to leave a little bit at the end, and once that is curled, I just straighten the end. That way it maintains the length of your hair as well. So this is what it should look like if you successfully followed my tutorial. So I'm going to leave that part for now, and I'm going to start from the back of my head, which is what I normally do. I normally start from the very back at the very bottom and work my way forward. So I would start here, and then just keep taking pieces and gradually moving towards the front of my head. So you take your piece of hair, you make sure your thumb is positioned on top, you clamp, twist it towards your face and pull down. And I also like to make sure that the tongs are angled slightly down towards the hair. You can have it horizontal, it doesn't really matter. It's just easier for me to turn it when it's angled down slightly. So take your hair, clamp it, flip it, and pull down slowly. And you can curl all the way to the bottom if you wish. I just like to straighten the ends. And while it's still hot, I just want to twist it and hold it there for a second, and then let go, and you should have a nice curl. You can also use hairspray to keep it in place, but since my hair doesn't drop curls too easily, I don't use hairspray. So once I'm done with that, I'm just going to flick it to the back and continue on with the rest of my hair. when you get to the front of your hair, you could do it the same way we've been doing it the whole time, but what I like to do is to hold the straightener upright like this. I would have my thumb facing me, and then when I twist it, it will be facing you guys, or away from you. I just take my front piece of hair. I normally take quite a lot just because I like the front to be curled the same. So you grab your piece of hair. I like to clamp it and twist it away from my face, and then just pull out. And you should have a nice little curl. Okay, so now that the left side of my head is all done, I'm just gonna bring that hair back to the front, and I'm just gonna let it sit for a bit. I'm not gonna brush it out yet. I'm just gonna leave it while I do the other side. So whatever side of your head your hand is closest to, you'll be holding it this way. So I'm gonna take a section of hair from the back. I'm still going to have my thumb on top and twist it towards me. But instead of holding the straightener down, I'm going to hold it up this time. So take your piece of hair, then what you're gonna do is hold the tongs vertically, but you're gonna have your thumb on the outside. So your thumb's on the outside, I'm going to clamp, twist it towards you, and pull. And you can pull however slowly or quickly you want it. So this is what the curl should look like. And then again, I'm just going to straighten the ends and flick it to the back and continue on with the rest of my right side. Okay, so this time when you get to the front of your hair, it's not much different. Since you're already holding it vertically, you can just curl it the same way you've been curling it the whole time. Okay, so now that we have both sides of our hair all curled, you can just go back in and fix up what you want to fix up. So maybe going back in and straightening the ends again, or just recurling bits that look a bit flat. I think I'm going to curl closer to the roots, and then I'll be back to brush out my hair. Okay, now that I'm satisfied with how all of my curls are looking, I'm going to brush through my curls just to loosen them up a little bit. If your hair drops super easily, you can always skip this step. I would recommend spraying it with hairspray and maybe running your fingers through it. But for me personally, I just like how it looks once it's all brushed out, so that's what I'm going to do. So just brush out the curls so they are nice and fluffy, maybe. Okay, so I just went back in and recurled closer to my roots a little bit and fixed up the front of my hair, and I'm pretty happy with how my curls came out. I love how much volume my hair gets after brushing the curls out, so I do recommend that if it doesn't make your hair drop really easily. I would also recommend, if you are curling your hair the night before an event, you could always try and sleep with it in a bun just to try and help hold those curls a little bit easier. But since I was blessed with hair that holds curls pretty easy, I don't really have to do much after this. You could always add extra hairspray or dry hair shampoo if you want to keep them longer or you want to add more volume. But this is pretty much all that I do. I just leave it as is, and maybe the next day I will touch it up a little bit with my straightener, and that's about it. So guys, that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something. I'm sorry if my instructions were a little bit confusing, but hopefully you'll be able to go back and actually copy what I'm doing to be able to achieve this look. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at RachelBeanDes if you haven't already. Sometimes I ask for video ideas and do polls on there. Give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!